So this video is going to be about editing the shapes that you've created within your shapefile. So you've created these three shapes, but you don't like them anymore, so you want to change them. Basically, you go to Editor, so make sure you start editing. You can ignore that thing that popped up again about geographic coordinates. So you are now editing. You'll see that normally it's create new feature, reef environment 1, so we want to make sure that we're actually editing the right thing. And the pointer we're using is this black edit tool. Now you can select the different shapes or features by just left clicking once. You can actually move them by just holding down the left button. But we actually say we want to just change it in a bit more detail. If we double click quickly, then these points sort of appear. These are called vertexes. This is where we drew, so we clicked once there, and we moved to there and clicked again, and it creates a straight line, and that's how that polygon is created. You'll see up here it says that modify feature is now the option, so we are modifying the feature. Now the arrow will change to a box with arrows around it when you go over one of the vertexes, and if you can move the vertex now, so you can basically move it to where you want it. So you can cut it in there. If we want to delete a vertex, we go onto it until the 4 arrows appear. We right click and then we just go delete vertex. Similarly, we can actually add vertexes. So the more vertexes you have, the more curved the line will be, as long as you move the vertexes in a curve. So it'll just be more detailed, but obviously more annoying to control. So you do right click and you can insert vertex when you're on the line. So it has to be right, you have to put the pointer on the line and then right click. And now you can have lots of vertexes and you can move them a little bit to create a nice curve. And then you click out of it and you'll see that this is the shapefile now. It will revert back to the old shapefile unless you save your edits, so make sure you save your edits, or if you want to just press stop, it will revert back to them and just say no, you don't want to save the edits you just made. So yeah, you can just manipulate these different shapes in that way. Now you might want to manipulate the table, so if we go to open attribute table, so just right clicked on reef environment, went to open attribute table, click left click even, and now you can see these three shapes here, and we might want to name them. So what we can do is if we just click out and we go to editor and we stop editing, and it will say do you want to save the edits, and I'll say yes I do. What we do is we right click, go to open attribute table, and we'll add a field that says notes or name. We'll call it name. So we go to add field and then we go name, and here we'll make it into text. Basically short integer is like if you have numbers 1 to 10. Long integer is just numbers that are a bit more complicated. Float can do pretty much anything, but it takes up more space. So we'll just use text, which is going to be sort of notes. We'll be using text, and the length will be 50, which is just 50 letters. So that will be ample. So we have the name here, and so this is one of the columns. Now if we go to editor and we now start editing, we ignore that again. You'll notice an extra line that's appeared. That is sort of they have an option they have. It just shows that you're editing, and also you can tell you're editing by this pencil tool down here. So we just click in the box. We double click to bring up the sort of flashing line to say text, and we just make that island, or we'll spell it right. We can call it anything we want. So lagoon, and that just means you can name the features according to what they are. Again, we have to make sure we go to stop editing and we save the edits, otherwise this will disappear when you say no. So that's a way to add a field and then edit them. You can add other fields, so you can add like numbers or dates just by doing that and just pressing OK. So that's how to edit the features. The next thing you'll learn is how to calculate the areas. So I'll do that in the next video.